Hey all, so like I said in the last video, I've been working on forgiveness as I peel the onion and get to the core. And I've gotten to the core, I think, of some of the things that maybe shape the way I feel about myself and life. I have started really working hard in meditation and in practice in trying to forgive people and incidents and forgiving myself for the way I felt about these things. And it's not easy. It's not just, oh, words, I forgive you. Uh, you have to feel it and honestly feel it and let go of it and move on, forgiving the person, forgiving the incident, and forgiving myself. And boy, is it difficult. I find it difficult, and it's going to take me weeks, months, years to probably process and do this, because it's very interesting how it opens another door or portal to something that I've learned about a lot in some of the spiritual teachings I've read over the years. Not only should we practice forgiveness to get to a cleaner place in our psyche, gratitude. It opens the door to gratitude. So as I said last video, I'm also making a list of things that I like about me. And when you're doing that, you have to be thankful. I'm thankful for the people in my life who did things that I'm judging as good and bad. I don't know if good and bad is the right way to even look at it, but the things they did that I'm very, very grateful for. And sometimes I'm grateful for what we would quote unquote call bad things too, because without the bad things, I didn't get the chance to grow and to forgive. But it also, like I said, it opens the door to being grateful and it also, once you forgive somebody, it may bring back another memory of something else that may have shaped you, and that memory will come forward, and I'm like trying to forgive that person and that incident and myself on how I feel about it. Or it opens like a door to something that was different, and I'm grateful for that person and that incident and the way I feel about it. So it really does open a lot of wonderful things, practicing forgiveness and practicing being grateful. And how our ego and superego and id, if you studied any of that, it is in the outside, more of the outside layers of the onion. This is more center core belief things. And I think everything does affect that. I've studied spirituality for many years. I mean, when I got to college, I really started looking at religions, and man-made religions don't seem to work for me. I call myself a spiritualist. I see the golden thread that goes through every religion, and why people like them and why they covet them and why they have them in their heart doesn't quite work for me. But wars in this world have all been because people see the differences in religion. And if you look, there's a thread that's very common that goes through all of them. And I don't understand why people can't see that. And especially in our world right now, which is more outside of the onion, there's so much hate. People just hating each other, and they use that word. I think that word is the worst four-letter word ever. I tried to get it out of my vocabulary years ago because it is the worst four-letter word I can think of, to hate somebody. And I will say, lately, a lot of people that hate and are just letting hate spew from their mouths are holding a Bible in their hand. And I'm like, did you miss something? When I have reread the Bible and other religious texts, especially the Bible in the New Testament, I believe it's in Matthew where the student asks Jesus, what's the greatest commandment of all? And he says to love God and love yourself. I know I'm misquoting. And then the second thing is to love your neighbor as thyself. So it's love, 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 love. Everything in the New Testament is about love, 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 love. And all I hear a lot of times is hate, 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 hate. And they're holding a Bible in their hand. And I'm like, did you miss something? Or is that how you're interpreting it? And then when they go back into the Old Testament, I'm like, oh, so you're Jewish. And they get very upset with me. Semantics, words, we all keep growing. We all keep growing. but that kind of hate shapes the onion. And that's usually more on the outside, and I don't let it try to shape the inside, because like I said, my connection, I've told you this before in other videos, my connection with the universe or God or Allah or the energy that is actually there is mine. It's my connection, and your connection is yours. That's who we are. And I don't necessarily need to share it in a group setting. And some people do. I mean, what works for you, you have to live and let live, and let love and let love. I don't understand why that's such a foreign concept. So I'm going to keep practicing this forgiveness and keep practicing this gratitude, and really going back and looking at memories from years ago, memories from recently, and seeing how they shape that core, the inside core of the onion, and affect everything that I do. Like I said, it's very easy for me to be kind and loving. I've chosen that in my life. You know, I can be as bitchy and mean as anybody I know, even worse. I don't want to choose that. That's not who I want to be. That's not who I want people to know me as, or to remember me by. I'd like them to remember me or know me as someone that they like being around and love being around and have a good time with, and feels like that they feel the love that I'm sending to them. So when I'm with family and friends, chosen friends who I think of as family, and even strangers, I want them to say, wow, he's a good guy. He really does let love and kindness flow out of him. And that's not easy either, but it's much easier than being hateful and bitchy and resentful and awful to people. Someone sent me a video of Oprah saying something, and I can't remember if Oprah got it from Wayne Dyer or Gary Zukav, but it's a really good thing to think about, and it's a question that's on my mind too. Instead of saying what's wrong with somebody, you say what happened to them. And I think that's with everybody. You know, don't judge them and say what's wrong with them, but what happened to them to make them so angry, to make them so hateful, to make them so bitter, to make them so ugly? And what happened to them to make them so kind and so loving and so generous? And I think it's a very different mindset, a different way of looking at people. So I'm going to keep working on forgiveness. I'm going to keep working on gratitude. I'm going to keep just working, peeling this onion and taking this self-love journey. And this is where I am. And like I said, it's going to take weeks and months and years probably to keep peeling that onion and keep going to the core of who I am. But that's what I'm doing. And I hope you're doing your own journey, and love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.